my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and in this video I am so thrilled to introduce you to our first shipment of Goody's Bundle Club, our quarterly subscription program that just kicked off with this shipment for October 2022. The line of fabric that I chose for October 2022 is called Listen to Your Heart. And let's take a look at the fabrics. What drew me in with this line is this beautiful main print. This print is called Fleuron, and all of these gorgeous colors just harmonize so well together in this one print that I knew I wanted to use that and play with that beautiful colorway. So I started with that, and so every bundle club I have a few prints from the actual fabric line, and then I do pull in some basics to really balance the bundle and make it all kind of shine. So here's the main print called Fleuron. Then here's another print that is just gorgeous from the line, that deep teal with the moths on it, called Cloak and Petal. Then here's one of my basics, the Deco Stitch and the Teal Fog, just a little bit lighter shade. And then from the line we have this print called Ink, so a little directional, and you can see the shade difference kind of going a little bit lighter. I added another print that is actually not in this line, but very similar. It's called Kantha. And then we have Seed Head going into these really rusty reds. The darkest one called Seed Head. I added a Deco Stitch Red Desert, a little bit lighter. We have Tiny Dancer that has a little bit kind of duller tone to it. And then the lightest hue is in this one called India Ink. Then we're going into our golds, and we have this one called Bright Star, and then a couple of basics, the Nature Element Antique Gold, and then our Flora Element Sunflower. So all of the prints are from Art Gallery Fabrics, so beautiful hand on these fabrics. And then, of course, we did a beautiful fabric pull, so let me just show you those. Starting with, I kind of pulled from the 3 colorways, and you might wonder why there's only 3 golds. Well, when you take this main print and put that into a quilt, it really is going to read with the golds. If you step away from it, it doesn't look like it right now, but it's really gonna read very gold. So that's why I felt like it really balances the line. So let's start with our teals. I did the Spectrum Emerald as my darkest hue, a Moonscape Spruce, and then a Dash Flow Bayou as the 3 kind of also gradient going from light to dark. For my rusty reds, I did Flora Elements Victorian Rock, a Dry Brush, and the Persimmon, kind of that medium tone. And then for the lightest one, the Deco Stitch and the Rosebud. For the golds, a Grunge Mustard, Bumbleberry Sunshine Yellow, and then the Dash Flow in the Amber. I did 3 different options for backgrounds because you want to probably use a light background with this line. So you could do something with a little bit of color, like the Twilight Multi from the Slow Stroll fabric line. A little bit creamy. I would go a little bit creamy with these fabrics. It just keeps the warmth of all the colors. So this is the Tossed Triangles and the Caramel. And then we have Speckled Sweet Cream for a really almost like a solid base. But I did use a few other prints from the line when I constructed my quilts. So I will kind of go through that as we look at the quilts. But every single bundle club will receive a beautiful booklet that comes with the club, where you will get all the information behind the line, what I kind of, my thought process, and then we have the fabrics in the bundle, all the fabrics that I pulled with it, and you have an easy QR code you can scan to take you right to these fabrics if you want to add to it. Then we have the quilts. I have 3 quilts that I have constructed out of the bundle. And so I'm going to give you all the information on each one. And we're going to start with this beautiful Millie quilt. Now Millie is a single pattern, and it's made with fat quarters. So the lap size quilt we made only takes about 11 fat quarters, but I decided I wanted to use all the bundle fabrics in there, so There is enough fabric in the bundle if you wanted to make a large queen or king. There, you can use the whole bundle and make that size. But you do need additional fabrics to recreate the Millie quilt. So you would then cut some fat quarters from the bundle, and I used a grunge espresso for the background and the binding. And it's a beautiful, deep, dark brown that really is still warm. You can see how beautifully it just makes all those colors stand out, and it keeps the richness and really brings out the warm tones in all the fabrics. So we have the grunge espresso available in both 1-yard cuts and 3-yard cuts if you were wanting to recreate this quilt. We quilted ours with a very simple pattern of just wavy lines. It's called Good Vibrations, and it is by Urban Elements. For the backing from Millie, I chose to use the main print, which we have available in both 3 yards and 1 yards. So for the backing, if you did just make the lap size like we did, you will need 3 3/4, and this beautiful backing just really brings all the colors together, and look how great it looks with the dark binding. So that is our Millie quilt. The second quilt we want to talk about is the Inca quilt. This quilt is available in our Stripology Mixology 3 book. The pattern is found there, and it's made with 10-inch squares. So you could take the bundle and cut it into 10-inch squares and have enough to make the lap size, which we have pictured. And this one takes 48 10-inch squares, and then you just need an accent fabric, and we actually used one that comes from the same fabric line from Listen to Your Heart. It's called Delicate Balance. It is a beautiful print, nice creamy background, and then all of the leaves on it kind of scattered, and so it just creates that beautiful contrast to all of the other colors. And then we used another print from the same line from Listen to Your Heart. It's a stripe, diagonal stripe, this beautiful teal and the creamy background, so that is for our binding. And we quilted this one with a pattern called Bobbing for Apples, also from Urban Elements. For the backing, we chose another print from the line that is just beautiful, and this one is available both in a regular cotton print or in a super lush flannel. So same print, and so you could do either a flannel backing or the regular cotton backing, both just gorgeous. And so this was our backing. We have the binding and then the accent fabric for the Inca quilt. Next up is our strip ribbons quilt. This one is made with 2.5-inch strips. So if you were to make the Inca quilt, you could also make the strip ribbons. So you would just need to cut your bundle into 10-inch squares, and then the rest of it you would cut 2.5-inch strips. So you could make up to, we just made a lap size, but you have enough to make a twin full this way. So for the background, we used a Delicate Balance again. So you will need, depending on the size, how much you need from that. And then we use the beautiful stripe for the sashing. We have the stripe available in 3 yards as well, because if you wanted it to be oriented the same way throughout the quilt, you just may need to change your cutting a little bit so that you can get always the same orientation in the sashing throughout the quilt. So that's why I recommend getting a bit more of the sashing than listed in the pattern. And this is a single pattern, both available as a PDF or a printed pattern. Then for the accent fabric, we need for the kind of little corners, the 9 patches in the corners, we use the Spectrum Emerald, both for the little accent and then also for the binding. It kind of ties it all together, and it's the darkest teal of all the teals, so it really looks beautiful with it. Bringing that teal in, I knew I wanted to use a backing in that tone as well. So we used one of the prints from the line, the Cloak and Petal, which we have available as well in 3 yards. So this was our backing for the strip ribbons with 3 other fabrics So 3 additional fabrics you will need for the quilt, and then plus the backing. And the quilting pattern we use for this one is called Heat Wave. On page 7 of the booklet, you will see all the additional fabrics from Listen to Your Heart that we have available. So we do have the main print, the Fleuron, available in 3 yards. We have the Delicate Balance, the really nice creamy background, available in 3s and 1s. We have the Cloak and Petal available in 3 yards, and as well the Diagonal Stripe, which is called Between the Lines, both available in 1 yard and 3 yards. And then we have the Painted Prairie, beautiful, beautiful large print floral, available in 3 yards, both as regular cotton or the wonderful soft flannel. So this you will all find here, and you can just go ahead and scan the QR code up here. It will take you right to the page where you can place your order for any additional fabrics you need to finish off these gorgeous quilts. Of course, you can make whatever with a bundle, but I really love how everything turned out for us. I hope you enjoyed a little peek into our bundle club. Just know, even though it's sold out, spots may become available. So what you can do is sign up for notifications, make sure you're signed up for our newsletters, and of course, watch our shows twice a week to make sure you snatch that spot whenever they come available. Thanks for watching, everybody.